It is now 7:31 a.m. So I'm going to call this meeting to order. This is Tuesday, February 14, Valentine's Day, our tech committee meeting for today. Can I please have a roll call?
Berlin.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Carrier.
Here.
Eckhoff.
Here.
Galassi.
Here.
Dustin.
Here.
Henry.
Here.
Kazmarek.
Here.
Mendrick.
Here.
Rutledge.
Here.
White.
Here.
You.
Here.
And we have a quorum.
Thank you. So I don't have many remarks other than to say happy Valentine's Day. I don't actually believe in this holiday because it's a made up holiday, but I do believe it.
But it's
good for business.
I like business.
Pay the bills.
Wrote
letters.
Right, and then Hallmark too. But I do believe in donuts, so I did bring them in. and I hope you will take one. And they're really cute. They're heart shaped and everything. Is there any
non-believers?
Is there any public comment? Okay. So I will now take a motion to approve the minutes from January 24, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any corrections or comments to the minutes? And hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the minutes pass. I'm moving on to budget transfers. I have 6A 23069068. I'd like a motion on budget adjustment total of $5,666, $4,066 from regular salaries and $1,600 from printing. Move to the following for $4,066 to overtime and $1,600 to IT equipment small value to cover Aruba switches and overtime salaries for FY 2022.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any comments or discussion? And hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Moving to 6B 230699 budget adjustment total in the amount of $56,367, $56,117 from benefit payments and $250 from employer share Social Security for the following: $24,267 regular salaries, $4,995 employer share IMRF, and $27,105 employee med and hospital insurance to cover regular salaries.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? And hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. So moving on to 7A TEP 005023 for procurement requisitions. I'd like a motion for a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Acela Inc. for managed application services for the building and zoning, transportation, stormwater, and public works departments to provide support with permitting software that will allow online submittals, electronic document reviews, permit tracking, and mobile inspections by applicants and or county staff. This will be for 1 year for a contract total not to exceed $195,000.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion with regard to this item?
Question. And this will be for all of the software programs. Do they have a security component of it?
Security component.
Yeah, if you're gonna start, we'll be getting online submittals and online requests and potentially online payments.
Yeah.
And that type of thing.
Yeah. All of our online applications are fully secure. So they've been tested and vetted. So there's security, of course, embedded into the application. This is not about the application. This is actually support. Well, this is just support services to support the application.
Okay. And on some of these services, and I'm not sure if all of these are covered under here, does the county make a payment out versus receiving payments in? So this county owes somebody, so now they have to make a payment. So we get an invoice and it gets paid. Is that part of this program?
This is not part of this program. This is completely different. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
It's also my understanding that this is like a final renewal and this cost is being split and shared by the 4 departments.
That's absolutely right. So this is essentially support of a new permitting application that we implemented last year. Permitting application allows for those 4 organizations: stormwater, Department of Transportation, Building and Zoning, and Public Works, to have their customers submit permits online. No more of the paper stuff. It's a new application. We didn't have internal expertise, so we asked for Acela to help us with that support. And this is their managed services support team who provides direct support to us for the next year. So the goal is either to bring it in-house or extend it, maybe go out to RFP if necessary for additional year if we're not comfortable that we can take it on in-house. But it's just support services. Sure.
I want to look at that question. Accounts payable is processed through the finance department and then it runs through the auditor's office. So this program does not interface with accounts payable in any way.
Okay, because there's a lot of hacking and a lot of, people asking for money that shouldn't be getting money. And either we're self-insured or we're not self-insured, or we have an insurance policy to cover those types of things. But the security end of it, internally, a lot of times there needs to be a policy, which you probably already have, where something can't get paid over $50,000 without 3 signatures or 3 people looking at it.
And that's a whole separate department. Yeah, so this particular item has nothing to do with accounts payable in any way.
But
Okay.
ERP is more of
Right.
what
And that's coming.
Pat is referring to. And that's coming.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
I just-
That's a
okay,
big
very
project.
good,
Yeah.
very good, thank you.
All right, any other discussion or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, so that passes. Thank you. So moving on to 7B TEP 004923. Recommendation, I'd like a motion for a recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to BMC Software Incorporated for annual BMC software licensing and maintenance for MainView Z Enterprise Automation and BSAM file management software for information technology. This contract covers the period of March 1, 2023 through February 28, 2024 for the amount of $42,256.33.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion with regard to this item? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion passes. Line items 7C 230452. I'd like a motion for recommendation for the approval of contract purchase order to McKinney Systems Incorporated for annual software licensing and maintenance for JESQ for printers utility for information technology. This contract covers the period of April 1, 2023 through March 31, 2024 for a total amount of $22,280.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Carrier. Any discussion or comments with regard to this item? It's my understanding that hopefully by 2024 or 2025, we will not have need of this item anymore, right?
That is absolutely right, Madam Chair. So the last 2 items are both related to the mainframe. Our goal is to, it's a 40-year-old mainframe. Our goal is to sunset it over the next year and a half at the latest. For some of our existing applications, we're already moving off of it, but we want to keep the data there to make sure that if there are any issues with our client server applications, we have it for archiving purposes. And then we also have to develop new custom applications that are still on the mainframe, very small applications, and my team's working on doing that. But the goal is to get off as quickly as possible, but I envision at the end of 2024, maybe the beginning of 2025, we should be completely off of the mainframe.
Thank you, Anthony. Any discussion or questions about this one? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. So now we're going to be moving on to the fun part, which is our presentation for our new website reveal. I'm really excited to show you this website. The IT staff have done an amazing job. I can't say enough good things about the website. So I'm like overselling it now. Okay, lower expectations, manage expectations. All right. So let's start.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am equally excited about moving now to a new, more accessible, more secure application, faster, better performance, and a much better design. So we currently have a 12-year-old website in place, and this is the website. When you go to our existing website, you are welcome with our subscribe button that you have to click past, which people are not always happy with. Plus, there's a lot of information. If you look at the top, these quick buttons here, quite a few. People have to figure out, do I go to county? Do I go to courts? Do I go to property information? And then the actual layout of the current website looks like a 10-year-old website, right? So, all right, that brings us to
Little bit of WordPress.
a little bit of WordPress, that's right. So now that brings us to today. So I'm happy to show you all our new website, which uses a newer, slick design. The purpose of the new design is to get information to our users, our customers, the visitors as quickly as possible. So our old website was based on how we were structured as an organization. So if, elected official offices, departments, things of that nature, this one is built on services. How can we get information quickly to the people who are visiting? So if you take a look at the very top, our quick links at the top, calendar, careers, the social media buttons, translate and search. These are the things that these are designed to help people find things quickly. So a lot of visitors come to see when the next committee meeting is, or the next board meeting, or different events. So that's why the calendar is there. There are many people who come because they want to work for DuPage County. So they want to see what possible positions are available. And that's what careers are about. Some individuals would like to follow us. So, to get additional information about what's going on in DuPage County. So the social media buttons help them subscribe to those things or to go directly there to get quick information about our organization. Or in a lot of cases, we have non-English speaking customers or constituents. So they can go to our translate button, which is powered by Google Translate. There's over 100 languages here that they can go to. And quickly, you click on it, it changes right away. When you go back to it, English pops up every time. So you can see it in case you inadvertently pick a language that you're not familiar with. You go right back to English quickly to get to it. And then the search button, which is if they are not 100% sure about what they're looking for, they can search for it quickly to get access to it. So that search button then takes them down to this button, this search area I'm looking for, and there's a ton of things that they can search for. I'm not going to do a search because of time, plus search won't be turned on until we go live. So the information in the center, in a lot of websites, you see a big photo that takes up half of the page. You have to scroll down for a full page until you get to information that you can use. We got rid of that. We try to fully take advantage of all the space. Here it just says we're DuPage County, gives us our mission. The communications team or a chair has the ability to add whatever content they want in that area. The next area, the next section are quick links. So these, I'm sorry, let me go up. I skipped over a big one because, these are our main links. I went to the quick links at the top. These are our main links. What's different here is we truncated the number of options that they have and really created options that are usable for them. So they go to government. Now there's only 3 options. So county board, so you can learn more about our county board, the county board members, elected official pages or departments, which they can get to very quickly. I'm going to go to just one. I'll start with one of the departments. Here's a great one with animal services. This is how these department pages look. They also have quick buttons that they can get to quickly. They design their own with their icons. On the left-hand side, you can see contact information about the animal services department, the number, the address, and then related links that are important specifically to that particular department are listed underneath. So a lot of quick information. And then to the right, there's a description of whatever that department or service that they provide. We investigate, very different depending on which department you pick. And then if you go further down, there's a link to upcoming events, pet first aid and CPR workshops, important if you have a pet. And then also you can add news here. So this is just a quick look at how the department page looks. going to go back to and show you an elected official page. Click on the state's attorney's office. So this is how elected official pages look. So on the left-hand side, you will see a photo of the elected official. Again, contact information for that person. You can click on reading more about the elected official, continue, and it gives a bio of Bob Berlin or whoever the elected official is and additional information on that particular person. It also lists out the related pages, just like the departments, and these are pages that either elected official office or department feels are important to the visitors, information that is they can get to. He has, of course, a welcome. Again, you can, some departments, elected officials have their services and what they do. Bob has a message there. And then he has, which is a little different from what you saw in the department, what his latest news is that is directly affecting the state's attorney's office. So all quick to get to information. And then down at the bottom, you can click on see all department news, which gives you a full list of all news stories that are going on within DuPage County. Okay. Go back home. And as you can see, it's very responsive. And then the board members, which I think they would be interested in seeing this. So they go to the board members page. There is a picture of a listing of all of our board members in alphabetical order after the chair. The chair is at the top, and that doesn't change, but a listing of all of our board members, their contact information, and more about them. You can click on them. It takes them to a page that gives more information about our board members. Also here, you can sort at the very top. You can go to click on select category. Say they don't want, the visitors don't really care about all board members, but they care about District 1. So they'll see their board members in District 1, contact information directly in District 1 or 2 or 3, so on and so forth. So it gives them quick access to information of our board members. Okay, and then I'm going to move off of here. So it's the same for all of these different departments and agencies. You click on them, the information is there. Strategic plan, ethics, all there. Also, we have a link at the very top to transparency portal, right? So this, I'm gonna later on in this main page, I'm gonna take you to the section that shows the transparency portal, but it lists out all of the things that we want to be transparent about, our financials, our crime stats, the auditor's office, a lot of different information. They can also go to how do I, which I think is critical for them, how to apply for a job or a building permit. How do I find something? How do I pay a fee? Or how do I submit a request? So these are all captured in this quick link at the very top. This is what the majority of the people come to our website to see, so they can get access to it quickly. The next section is the top hits. So adopt animal services, community services, courts, property tax information, and voter information are the biggest hits of our website by far. Probably 80% of the people come for those items, those things. So they're right here in front, they can get access to them. We also believe that having access to our board meetings, finance meetings are important, and it should be easy for the people who come to our website to find, so they can click on watch meetings to get to that information quickly.
Anthony, those go right to the YouTube links.
It goes right to our Legistar page, which then shows what's available. Right now, it's saying, if you look at the very top, yeah, it's just like very similar to what we had before, but there's no actual videos listed because it's today.
The links.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. YouTube and those things. Yeah, right here in front. So yeah, they want to get access to the older ones, they can just go to YouTube, and then a public comment form is also here. But if it's after the meeting, you'll see videos listed on the right side. Today is the day that we launched Legistar as well, which is our new board agenda software. So you'll get access to that.
How long have you this initiative been planning?
The website will design. So that's a great question. For about 8 or 9 months now. Most websites take about a year, year and a half, sometimes 2 years. This was an extremely collaborative effort. So initially we brought in the communications department, who's been a partner in this, to help us with design and content layout. So Evan and Joan, thank you, and did a fantastic job of that. Then we brought in all elected officials and all department heads to also help us participate. And we had a monthly executive steering committee meeting where they actually gave input. So a lot of what you see is a direct result of that input. Third thing we did was we created a survey and sent it out to the public and said, what can we do better? How can we give you access to information quickly? And we took the recommendations and feedback and put it into the website. So, and we also went through a competitive process. So I want to make sure that's clear too.
It was all in last year's budget or this year's budget?
This is all in ARPA's budget. This is part of the ARPA funding.
Got it.
So,
Wonderful.
yeah. All right. We are running out of time, so I'm going to run through this quickly. I apologize. What I can do for those of you who want to learn more about the website and see more, it's actually going to launch tomorrow. I didn't say that earlier. So tomorrow you'll see it. You'll be able to go in and really explore in more detail. But if you would like to have more information, especially our board members, elected officials prior to, Debbie and I can stop down and go through it with you to kind of show you the pages and show you the layout of it.
Do you want us to kind of press it on our social media, or?
I would say next
wait
week.
a little bit?
So we're
Okay.
doing,
That's my
we're doing
question.
a soft launch this week. And I said tomorrow could move depending on how things go, with technology. But this week is actually the soft launch. We prefer for our internal people to take a look at it, to try to beat it up if possible. Let us know if it's working well, if it's not working, if there's a link that we missed. I don't think we did, but if there's a link that we missed, let us know what that is so that we can fix it. And then the previous week, we're going to do more of an official launch. And yes, when we do the official launch,
Yeah.
Joan
We'll
will.
have a press release that goes out next week, and Anthony and I are working real closely as to the best timing for that based on the stress testing. There's some things that we can't test until it is live, unfortunately, even though they've been beating it up all weekend long and all last week. So.
Yeah, and you don't really know until you go live,
Yeah,
right? When
right.
people actually use it. What's,
Find a little.
yeah, they
glitch.
find the testing doesn't
Right.
show.
But we're, I'm very confident because I'm very confident in Anthony and the team.
And the team, I'm sorry, and I forgot to mention Debbie DC and Rhonda, who spearheaded. Debbie DC, for those of you who don't know, is our web services manager. She's in charge of website design, the intranet, and a lot of our web applications that you all use. Debbie did a fantastic job of working with the vendor and with all of the departments, all of the elected official offices, and the public in order to bring this to fruition. So a couple more quick things. On the left-hand side, you'll see highlights of our latest news. We have the ability to change that out. You can click on see all news, like I showed earlier. On the right-hand side, it's a listing of our meetings and events. If you go down and click on it, it'll give you more information. I'm not going to do it because of time. Go to meetings, same thing. A list of all of our meetings. You can click on any of those things and it takes you right there to that information. So the user right there to that information. Further down, there is, and then you can also, see the full calendar view of everything that's happening for all news. The next section is feature content. So right now, these are the things that we think are important. The communications department highlighted these items can change seasonally, it can change annually, biannually, quarterly. If they're just big items that are going on, we can list them there. There's a featured section. Right now, we believe 211 is super important. So we're featuring 211 and information. They can click on and get more information about 211 if they like. But that can be whatever is important to the to the page at the time. And then I mentioned before the transparency, which I think is pretty awesome. So there's access to a transparency portal that gives you access to a long list of things that we would like to share with the public if they have any questions. And we have GIS maps and apps. A lot of our constituents come here to give access to maps and GIS information, geographical information. And then we have the police crime, police transparency and crime stat portal, which take us to basically the portal, transparency portal we created in partnership with the Sheriff's Office that has tons of information about the crimes and the crime stats that are happening within DuPage County. That annoying box that pops up to force you to subscribe doesn't happen anymore. Now you can actually sign up here, and it's on every page. So if they go to any page, it'll be there. And at the bottom, there are a lot of helpful links. The last thing I want to leave you with, which I think is one of the most important pieces, is this website is fully ADA compliant, fully accessible. And then we have a tool, see the little man there with the hands out, that shows up on every page that allows for individuals that have impaired, that have disabilities to change. They can highlight links, they can make the text bigger, they can do spacing, they can pause animation if it's causing them issues. If they have dyslexia, they can actually go to dyslexia page and it helps them read it better. They can move the cursor out of the way. They can do a lot of different things to reset it. This is on every single page. It follows us. You can reset at the end and takes you right back, but you'll see that little man there. And no matter where you are in the page, that man shows up. Right? A lot of information, short period of time. If there's any additional questions, please let me know, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Again, commend all the efforts.
All the
Also, just quick thanks to members Evans and Garcia and also to Sart for coming and being part of the reveal this morning. Thank you. Okay, so getting back to the agenda, any old business? Any new business? And without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you.